Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Please don't kill me with your giant strap-on. Tally-ho, ItsOcean back again with another game to tackle. This week I checked out Deliver Us the Moon, a game made by Keoken Interactive? Is that... Did I get that right? Did I write that down incorrectly? Oh well. It's a narrative-driven game about space, and, well, the moon. But how is it? Let's strap ourselves in and rocket on into the video. Deliver Us the Moon is the story of one person's journey, no not that one, to the moon and their goal of bringing power back to the Earth, which has really seen better days. Earth's natural resources have been depleted, and thus the governing bodies make a base on the moon in order to tap into the moon's resources. The one-day transmissions from the moon base suddenly stop, and thus a lone spacefarer sets off on a journey to investigate. That's a little bit lewd. You play as the spacefarer, and this is where your journey begins. What did I just say? But how will it play out? What happens to the people on the moon base? Is there any way to salvage this situation and find what the Earth so desperately needs? And at what cost? This is for you to find out. It's a pretty interesting story that holds emotion in some parts, but overall, it's nothing too fantastic. It does do its job well and flows well enough to keep the gameplay going, and that is just fine. That is just fine indeed. Why are we still here? Why? Come on, YouTube, what are you doing? Seriously, YouTube, you can play the gameplay section now. You can move on. Let's get to the next section. There's gameplay to talk about here. This is a review. I've got to keep this going, YouTube. All right, YouTube, fucking seriously, you play that right now, I will fucking end you. The gameplay plays mostly as a walking simulator type of game. You have third-person gameplay, but you also have some first-person gameplay. There's a lot of walking about and examining things, listening to audio logs and watching simple but interesting scenes that help to flesh out the story of this moon base. Now, the scenes that I mentioned are actually played back from a robot that you obtain. Huh. Hold on a second. These scenes are very simplistic though, and they're pretty much just coloured shapes teleporting around all over the place while the audio plays, but it works well. This game also has a huge sense of isolation. After all, you are the only person on this moon base, and it really helps to create an immersive atmosphere that is actually quite relaxing. Usually this kind of isolated story would bring fear and tension, but this game remains quiet and emotional. The game has a lot of puzzles to solve that don't usually involve too much. They are pretty simple but interesting to solve nonetheless. Also, the robots that I previously mentioned can be controlled. No, not that one! Although I will be playing that game soon on the channel. The robots can get into ventilation shafts and small areas that you cannot fit into. It's a useful puzzle solving tool and a great way to add some new depth to the puzzle solving. The robots actually kind of looks like a mix between Portal 2's Wheatley and a ghost from Destiny. There are also driving sections in this game, but they are pretty short and they only happen a handful of times. It is a nice break from all the walking around though. Now, for some reason this game does feature a few action sequences, and they don't really fit the game if I'm to be honest. They kind of feel out of place in this solemn and lonely walking sim. So to suddenly have... just feels very bizarre. There's a bunch of stuff to interact with that helps to build up the world. Or should I say moon? What? There's something behind me? Oh fuck no! You can fuck off! There are scannable objects, notes, and emails from people who worked and lived on the base, and my favourite one of all these collectibles is the Moon Man comics. Moon Man! There are even random objects to interact with too, such as this treadmill. Before we go into the next section, I just want to say this game does some really cool things with its audio. When you're in a low oxygen area, the game audio muffles to match that. And when you are playing as the robot, if you manage to get it underwater, every source of audio will also muffle too, including audio logs, and that is such a cool little detail. I love when games have attention to detail like that. Anywho, let's move on. Deliver Us the Moon has a rather simple art style, but it is effective nonetheless. The game's lack of NPCs really helped to create an atmosphere of isolation, yet somehow it feels relaxing and comforting at the same time. The pièce de résistance comes when you step foot onto the moon's surface. It is absolutely beautiful. That's one small step for man, a giant leap for video games and my eyeballs. There isn't really too much else to say here. The game looks nice and the art style works really well with this kind of game. So as my dad used to say to me, when are you gonna grow up and stop acting like you're a fish, you fucking... Oh, wait. Okay, sorry, I'm getting it all mixed up right now. He actually used to say, good job. Ah, fond memories. Okay, so the soundtrack. The thing is, the game has exactly what you would expect from a game about walking around on the moon. It is very spacey. No, not that one! It's pretty typical and relaxed sci-fi scores accompany you as you walk around in the space station, or drive on the moon's surface. It can sound a little bit generic at times, but it does do a great job with helping with the atmosphere. That feeling of loneliness, of helplessness, knowing that you are mankind's last hope. But you can do this. You can fix this and make it all better. You just have to believe. You just have to believe. Works pretty well, doesn't it? But that's pretty much all there is to say on that. No, I'm being serious. You can go to the next section now. Can we not do this again, please? Why are we still here? Just to suffer? Every night, I can feel the issues section, the epilogue, even my rating, the game footage I have lost, the save files I have lost. It won't stop hurting. It's like they're still there. You feel it, don't you? I'm gonna make them give back our video! Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here, everyone. There totally wasn't a mental breakdown happening on screen. No mental breakdowns were had on the making of this video. Deliver Us the Moon has a few problems. Nothing to stop it from being a great short game, but they are problems nonetheless. While I was playing through this game, I found that the game had weird audio stutters that kept happening, that kind of sounded like interference. It did get pretty annoying after a while. At first I thought they were my headphones, but then I took them off and realised that it was actually my television set as well. So it was definitely a game issue. There was one section of the game that had QuickTime events for some reason and I cannot fathom why. It was completely unnecessary. Also, the robot is cute and all, but sometimes he does a very good job of getting in the way, don't you, buddy? Don't you, buddy? Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. You're really good at getting in the way, aren't you? Yes, you are. And lastly, this only happened once, but I got this really bizarre texture glitch that popped up. So yeah, that happened. Most of the issues that I had with this game only affected the game in very minor ways, so I'd say that the game is still pretty well polished overall if you ignore the weird audio stutters. So all in all, Deliver Us the Moon is good in a lot of places. It's nothing extraordinary, but it has a great atmosphere, some fun puzzle solving and a decent story. It can truly pack an emotional punch when it wants to, and the game's moon setting certainly helps that. The game's audio does have some technical issues, but the soundtrack really helps to build the game's atmosphere, and that is why Deliver Us the Moon has earned the ranking of Fun Times. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about Deliver Us the Moon in the comments section down below. Now, next video, I'm actually going to be doing something a little bit different, and I'm going to cover a bad... a bad video game. I recently noticed that I've only ever covered games with a middle to high rating. So I thought, hey, let's play something terrible. It's gonna be a lot of suffering, and it's gonna be so much fun! So fun! I'm also making a video on Stardew Valley coming soon, as well as more Tony Hawk, Dead Rising, and a lot of other games. So if you want to see when those videos go live, feel free to subscribe, click the bell icon to be notified of when a new video goes up. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Tiddle, wait, where you going? No, stop! Take me back! Take me back!